Welcome to the Asian Development Bank Institute Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Partnership Roundtable discussion on sanitation and development, where we explore policies urgently needed to prioritize sanitation for better health, education, and quality of life for all.
The inequities of sanitation that we're observing now in COVID, I think is a really interesting angle to start this discussion, because one of the things that we were seeing from Sato's perspective, but also from some of the innovators at the Toilet Board Coalition, was that this was also an opportunity to really showcase that there are innovative models in service delivery and in reaching all types of households.
Involvement from all stakeholders, whether it's government partners, NGOs, citizens themselves, then there's no way that we're going to be able to battle such a major pandemic. And it is truly in partnership together that we are going to be able to eradicate this. And part of that comes through proper sanitation and hygiene.
What COVID-19 has inadvertently delivered is a kind of mass global campaign on hygiene. And therefore, I anticipate that COVID-19 has actually helped in communities opting for safe, sustainable sanitation.
The difficulties to solve sanitation, it has to be a combination of several things, from financing, people don't have enough money, or either the government, or even to make sure people actually use, for example, toilets. Several people in different parts of the world are not used to these kind of devices, and it's going to take time before they can actually understand that it's useful, and they actually lose, in some sense, the fear to use these new devices.
But it's extremely important to ensure that we have sanitation infrastructure that is used, but also maintained and sustained over time.
There are ways to think about how to provide incentives for the providers to get subsidies if they connect new households, for example, in poor urban areas. But then you have to also think about complementary investments like housing in slums and things like that. So I will be talking about this in my presentation, but I think it's very important because there's scope to improve the impressive amount already spent on water and sanitation subsidies to redirect it into a more efficient and more targeted towards the most vulnerable people in the world.
The water, sanitation, and hygiene is important in improving health, but that goes then further in improving outcomes such as cognitive, non-cognitive development of children and the population in general, which then translates into impacts on poverty.
When you're in certain places, I've done quite a bit of work in Kathmandu, and that's a place where people spend a significant amount of their day worrying about where their water is going to come from, what time it's going to come, who's going to be home to turn on the pump, whether the water really will come today, or there might be a problem with the valve man. And you understand the kind of psychological burden that places on people. And of course, it places the greatest burden on the poorest people and on women. And the degree to which that just stops you from engaging in other productive activities.